it's Rhea. Wherever you are and whatever time it is, I hope you are enjoying yourself. So today I'm here with my iPad and we're gonna do some drawing. As an avid adorer of fashion and outfits and stuff, I enjoy seeing a lot of people's OOTDs, or basically outfit of the days, as well as recalling times where I've had outfits that I've enjoyed. And I also think drawing outfits is a fun time as well, hence how this video ended up happening. I actually did something like this a while back in a video, whenever I was first testing out Clip Studio Paint on a tablet. Not the one that I just did a video on, but the one that I had before that, that was just a regular pen tablet. But it's been a while since then, so today I'm just doing this in Procreate on my iPad. And I'll get into the process in a second, but I just wanted to point out that these are actually outfits that I wore on my overseas trip last year. I don't think I've talked a ton about it. Basically I took a week off from work to go over to Korea and Japan, mostly Japan. I started out in Korea, but I was in Japan for a majority of the time last October. And yeah, as cool as it sounds, I think the trip could have been a lot better. I honestly would rate it like a 6.5, so not really a trip worth being envious over, but I did have a decent experience. It wasn't too bad. I kind of had some fun outfits during that time, so yeah, I wanted to share them. And also, on that note, I put up a community post for the first time to see if you guys would be interested in a haul video of all the stuff I got during my trip. It's a huge haul. I got a lot of stuff from Japan. The tax-free just made me go crazy. But yeah, no, basically it is like stationery stuff, art supplies, and then I think I also have some like anime and manga stuff that I have as well, but I was trying to figure out if you guys wanted me to add it along to this video or have it be its own separate thing, and it looks like by majority vote on both YouTube and Twitter. Sorry, Instagram, I promise I'll include you in polls next time. But yeah, it looks like people would want this to be, like the haul to be its own separate video, which I'm totally down for because it saves me on editing that into this video now, so woo, yes. So stay tuned for that. I think it'll be a fun time. That's probably gonna be a long video, but I'll do my best. Anyways, getting to the process of these drawings, so there's 2 outfit of the day drawings. One of them I just picked because I was originally gonna do 3, but I was like, I don't know. We'll see if I ever do the 3rd one, but it's not gonna be in this video, so I just ended up splitting like one outfit from Korea and then one outfit that I wore in Japan. And let me just say that this is one of those for fun things, so I'm not really taking these drawings like above and beyond. It's just a fun, silly little time, you know? So getting started with this first one, basically it's like this pink heart cutout top. I freaking love a heart cutout, but sadly I can't really find them in just like American stores, you know? Like I can't walk into my mall and find a top this cute necessarily. I feel like it's really difficult. But yeah, so long-sleeved pink heart cutout top and with a long black skirt that personally I love. I really underestimated long skirts because normally I tend to go for like mid-thigh like pleated skirts, like I like the typical like tennis skirts. I don't know, they're just so cute and fun and flirty, so like I vibe with them. Also it gives me an opportunity to show off my thigh highs, which I love. If you didn't know, it's like a trademark of mine. But yeah, no, the black like long skirts, especially like long black skirts, they just have like this really nice chic look to them, and it's really fun. And you also don't have to worry about all the things that you'd have to worry about with like a shorter skirt, where you're like, oh, I sure hope my bag doesn't randomly pull up my skirt, or I sure hope it doesn't get caught in anything. I don't know, you know, it's just like you can just kind of run around and be free. So yeah, I wore that skirt a lot during my trip, and it was really nice. It also has pockets, which is so freaking beautiful. I'm just so in love. Like, thank you to whoever did that. That's just so sweet. Oh my gosh. Anyway. So yeah, and then for my shoes, these are, I think, the only pair of sandal type shoes that I own, maybe? I don't normally go for like open-toed shoes. I'm a sneakers in the summer, like the hot scorching summer kind of girl, so But on this trip, and just in general, I thought it'd be cool if I got myself some like thick platformed sandals. So I'm sporting those in this look as well. Honestly, I'll probably or hopefully I'll put up a picture at some point so you guys can sort of see for reference. But yeah, it's just a really simple, cute outfit. And the bag that I'm drawing, I did not have at all. I wish that I had a bag like this. I, for the longest time, have wanted like a little, like a heart bag with wings. I don't know. Do I need to like try to manufacture that or something? Because I just think it would be nice. Even though we're kind of zooming through this process because I did speed it up a bit. It's not a sped up on the next one because I feel like both of them, even though they're sped up, it's still a little bit digestible. You know, you can still kind of see all that I'm doing. It's not super jarring, hopefully. So yeah, but I think like this is more like my older way of approaching drawings. It's also like a laid back way. Like if I'm trying to go for like a more minimal or simplistic style. And then of course it works for experimenting certain things too, like brushes. Because like I said, this is more of a for fun type drawing. But I think I'd love to push outfit drawings more in the future and like, I don't know, maybe just add more oomph to them for lack of a better word. But I do highly recommend like a for fun type drawing every now and then, especially for those of you who are like used to drawing for commissions or personal projects, you know. It's just really nice to doodle in a non-committal or experimental way, and I feel like it's almost necessary for keeping you grounded. Like, it's always good to go back to doing stuff without the pressure of anything, and because then you can really, like, that's where the experimentation can really like come into play, because you're allowed to play around and you're allowed to try different things. There's no time limit on it or anything. It's just you and your supplies, so go crazy, you know. And you can do this in your sketchbook too. It really just depends. I mean, doing it digitally, I feel like it helps because you're not really risking any supplies, but at the same time, like, you buy supplies to use them, so I mean, obviously you don't have to use any like super prestige supplies if you're just still trying things out, but you know, like, don't be too afraid, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, experimentation is a really important part of being an artist, so it's just good to practice every once in a while. So yeah, but my process is, at least in this video, what you see is like, basically I start out with a giant, thick, almost like thumbnail type outline, which you don't really see me draw because it's already drawn by the time I pull up the drawings, but you might see it whenever I have the time lapse at the end. And after I do like that thick thumbnail type outline, then I go into line art, and then flats, and then very basic rendering. And then I just do like a final cleanup of any small details that I might want to get rid of or something, like just small things that I could leave out. And yeah, so right now you're seeing me do like the coloring, of course. And I will say, like, this isn't, even though this is like my kind of like a go-to process, it's kind of difficult to say because I'm a little bit all over the place with my process and style lately, because ever since I introduced like a more painterly way of going about drawings, I have kind of been, yeah, all over the place. But normally when I approach this original process, the one that I've done pretty much ever since I started doing digital art, and it's probably a common process for a lot of you as well, it's like I start out with a more refined sketch than the ones that I do in this video, but it's like, yeah, it's like I may do a thumbnail, but then I always make sure to clean up my sketch before doing the line art. That way I have at least somewhat of an idea whenever I go to do the line art. And so yeah, sketch, then line art, then flats, and then my rendering normally is a lot more in-depth. Like I said, I'm being experimental here, so I'm kind of just like I render, but it's just kind of like it's my quick for fun rendering. Just trying things out, seeing how I can get the point across in like a more simplified way. Yeah, and then same thing with like cleaning things up. I can always push it more, But sometimes I just, you know, in general, I want to play with other like simplified styles as well that kind of feel well refined, because I feel like it's hard to find that fine line between like a unique and organic style that still looks like clean or cool, you know? But I would like that because it's nice to sort of have a style that you can go to do like quicker drawings that are still like they still have like a nice look to them, if that makes sense. That's just something that I want to work on more in the future. One thing that I did try out just for the heck of it that I did kind of like, and I've seen other artists do this before, like with how they render and color, it's like very beautiful. But in the skirt's black, but I put like a sort of gradient of, I guess, like warmer colors maybe, or like a pink red kind of, I don't know, I can't really remember. But just like a somewhat colorful gradient over it before I did the darker shadows as well, because it's kind of like a pleated skirt but not entirely, like the pleats are kind of big, so yeah. But I liked trying that out, and I don't think I executed it like really well, but you know, it's just a step in the direction that I want to go towards. So just small little techniques, that's what I mean whenever I say experimenting. It's like if you want to experiment with line weight or line with weight, I guess it's the same thing, or colors, or even compositions and stuff like that. Yeah, I highly recommend doing so. But yeah, now I'm just pretty much wrapping up the drawing by adding this really like like colorful, I don't know, splotchy random background, and doing the outline around my character in white. But yeah, in the time lapse, this is what I meant by like, it's a really thickly lined sketch, and normally I try to avoid doing that if I want it to be a genuine sketch, because I prefer the sketch to be a lot more legible when I go to do the line art. But here I'm just having fun with it. So yeah, just a quick 30-minute time lapse, and that is the final result of the first one. Very cute, very fun, cute little outfit to both wear and draw. I did trip on those sandals though, so yes. It was quite a moment. I tripped in the middle of the subway in Korea, and I was like, ooh, but I got right back up, so you know, it's fine. But moving on to the next one, which is the outfit that I wore in Japan, specifically Osaka. It's like this all black, I'm wearing like this almost pinafore type zip up dress, and over that I am wearing a silk cropped long sleeve button down. And along with that, I'm wearing navy thigh highs and my beloved Kuromi shoes. I will rave about those later, but hopefully I'll put up a picture by now. Honestly, looking back, a lot of my aesthetic on that trip was just like emo. Like I was just wearing, I mean, it's very common for me to mostly wear black or like dark colors. Well, I like black and dark colors, but I also like pastels. I basically rarely wear a color that's just like at its regular saturation. Like I don't wear like typical like rainbow colors, if that makes sense. Like I can't wear just like a regular green or regular blue or regular purple. Like it's usually like a lighter or darker version of it. Really and truly, the only reason why I had like the navy colored thigh highs is because the ones that I wanted originally, like just the regular black ones, I don't think they were in stock at the time, so I was like, well, I'll just buy these since it's getting colder. They're like thicker thigh highs, and they go all the way up, but they also stay all the way up, and it's just, they're everything. I love them. I need to see if they have the pair that I want in black, because once again, I was running around looking very emo. It was kind of iconic because I had the black nail polish as well, you might have seen. I don't know if it's just because I might have been having an existential crisis, or if it was like the post-seasonal depression, or if it was just because it was October and you generally go towards, or at least I go towards like dark purples, blacks, cool colors, all the fun, creepy, unsettling colors apparently. But I think they're really beautiful and I just have such a fun time with it. So the thing with my fashion sense is what I want to wear and what my wardrobe currently is are not nearly on the same level at all. Like I almost feel bad because whenever people, like, I still do like to dress up and stuff, so whenever there's people that compliment my outfits or something, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. But at the same time, this doesn't nearly reflect my potential. I need you to, like, wait here and let me come back whenever I have a wardrobe that truly shows me at my prime. Because there's just not enough. There's just not enough. I don't know, like, there's just more needs to be captured. I love a lot of different styles and I take inspiration from so many different things. I truly love fashion and it's odd because I feel like I don't really express that enough. So yeah, I want to draw a lot more. I just want to draw a lot more fashion related things, outfit related things. I was thinking of doing like drawing my OCs in my clothes, like certain outfits that I've worn. I kind of want to draw my OCs in them, or even like fan art of like popular characters but in clothes that I've worn, or just simply dressing them up, or literally just everyone dressing up. I think I already talked about it before several times where it's like I wanted to play with certain fashion styles and dressing up characters, whether fan art or my OCs, but yeah, I really want to get around to that. So someone please nag me this year. I don't know if anyone else is like super big on fashion or like drawing characters in clothes. I personally think it's like a part of the character design, isn't it? You know, like you gotta dress up. I mean, or you could not dress up, but that too is a part of someone's character and their appearance. So I just think it's a really fun thing. And then I'm drawing my giant bulky Kuromi shoes. Oh my gosh. I felt bad because there was a lady that asked me about like how they were like traveling with them, and it's like I said that they were really nice and like easy to walk in and stuff. That is technically true, but the more you walk in them the more painful it gets, and specifically because Japan and Korea both have a ton of stairs, like a ton. I am not used to such convenient public transport and also just being able to walk everywhere, because over here they act like that doesn't exist. So the amount of stairs that I had to go up and everything, and mind you, these shoes are like platform shoes. They're very chunky. They're like the chunkiest shoes that I've owned, and I'm glad because I've always wanted platform sneakers, but the weight of that when you have to go upstairs, it definitely starts to get noticeable over time. So just something to keep in mind. They're not necessarily hiking shoes, but I really wanted to wear them, so yeah. And after I tripped in the subway on like my second day in Korea, I was like, maybe we're not going to wear the sandals to Tokyo in Osaka. Maybe we're just going to have these little platforms or large platforms, and that's just gonna be it. But it was a really interesting time. I felt like a lot of what I remember was just taking public transport and chaos happening. But yeah, I don't think I'll post a vlog on this channel, but maybe in the future, if I make like another side channel or something, I can like post a vlog if I ever get around to editing that. Because yeah, I enjoy traveling. I would love to go back immediately, of course. I am forever cringing at all the interactions that I had in Japanese because I still have so much more to study, and I just, oh my gosh, I have to live with these moments. You guys, I'm so stressed. Why? But at the same time, I felt like the interactions that I had also were like a big highlight of the trip, because it's just cool talking to people from all different places and seeing how you get along. Yeah. And then, like I said, beautiful sceneries, beautiful places. The streets were so clean. I miss the convenience store food so freaking much. Our 7-Eleven will never have that impact, ever. Just, like, there's just no way. I truly miss it. Like, guys, I want to sob my eyes out. But anyways, Yeah, so going back to like talking about the process and stuff, on the first drawing, I actually used a more like textured brush, and this time around I used a different line art brush, because that's another thing that experimentation is important for, like trying out a lot of different brushes, which I've done a lot lately, especially in well, really both Procreate and Clip Studio Paint, because I'm just trying to see like what my comfort zone is for brushes and where I really like thrive. And yeah, I think the texture brushes are really fun. I have an odd relationship with them because like any brush with like kind of grit or toothiness where it's like pencil brushes or like rough like graphite or like any kind of dry brush, yeah, I find them so fascinating and I really like them, but at the same time sometimes I don't know how to go about using them if I'm going to render my piece a lot, because sometimes I don't know, I really need to like rethink a lot of stuff for my process. Not because I hate everything or anything like that, it's just more like I want to be more aware and intentional with those things. I think I was initially trying to say that I get wary of textured brushes for line art because normally whenever I go to do line arts, I'm starting to like how line art might look less thick, and that way I can focus more on the rendering, and it's probably because of my more painterly style that I've accumulated in the past 2 years or so. And yeah, like there's a time that I want line art to stand out and there's a time where I don't, and sometimes I feel like if it's textured it might draw more notice to it. But yeah, I mean, this is why we experiment, just to try out all different kinds of things. And then another thing for this drawing, I feel like my head, the way that I drew my little head is like, it feels almost like chibi-esque, like it feels a little too big. And I was trying to like sort of make it seem like my head was tilted, so I was trying to draw like that angle, I guess, but I don't know how well it comes off. But nevertheless, I feel like, you know, this is why we do these things, and it's just, I feel like no matter what I did have fun like drawing these because it was so laid back and it was so like I could allow myself to experiment. Also, look at me drawing a side profile, just like unprovoked for like no reason. Wow. I think it's also because I wanted to draw myself doing different poses, but at the same time I didn't go too out of my way because I was like, eh. But yeah, I really want to work on like having a cute simplified style that's a little bit more refined. I think that'd be really great for future drawings. I only have a couple minutes left, but I'm not entirely sure what to talk about now. I kind of ran through everything on my script, and in general I'm just like, ugh, I feel kind of like drained a little bit, because, oh, I don't know if I told you guys, because I think I cut it out of my other video because I was like, I'll just tell them later. But I guess just life updates and stuff. I basically, at the end of December, like I quit my job at the end of the year, and January I mostly had free, but I was still trying to like really grind and catch up on art stuff because I hadn't had time for art in so long. Like I didn't have the time that I wanted, and for me I could literally draw like 8 hours a day every day, probably even more than that. Even that time of me having my freedom in art was short-lived because I am currently this week I just started a design course. It's kind of like a boot camp almost, but yeah, I just figured it'd be good to help me from a business/career perspective. For those of you who don't know, I don't really care about a career per se, but I did choose design as my full-time thing whenever I graduated in 2020. The thing is I obviously love art so much, more than design. So much so that I'm very stubborn in the sense that I have not created my own design portfolio since I graduated, and I need it to reflect my current skill set, but anytime I'm given free time, I want to do art, and I will do art. But I still need a design portfolio because I want better job opportunities, so I decided to take a course to sort of help me with that. Basically, it's like I'm in it kind of feels like I'm in college again, but like not really. And it's funny because like I always see like my mutuals on like Twitter or other social media, and I'm like seeing them tweet or talk about how they're like, oh man, this semester has been so exhausting, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, I wish that were me. Like, take it from me, trust me, if you work 1 year in corporate, you will want to go back to school immediately. Like, free me from this hell, please. I don't know. I personally love learning, but I know the strain that it comes with whenever it comes to like a performance and deadlines and stuff. It can be kind of taxing. So, but this time around, I hope that it goes well. I'm gonna be basically in this course for like the next couple of months. I think it ends in May. So, yeah, just fun life updates for you guys. Hopefully I can still post frequently and stuff. I have a lot of ideas for videos. Since I'm currently recording this on the first day of February, I was thinking of like, what if I do like February, kind of like November, like where I like focus on color-based drawings or something. I don't know, it might be like a fun side video to do, like marker challenges and stuff. We'll see. But let me know how things are going for you guys. How's the first month gone for you? I hope it's been at least somewhat decent despite bleak times. I hope good things manifest moving forward, and yeah. But I think that's pretty much all I have for this week's video. Yeah, we're gonna see this little quick 30-second time lapse, but I will leave you guys here. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed your time here today, please feel free to leave a like. If you're interested to see more of my content, you can always check out my other videos and subscribe. For reference, if you're new, I am Rhea or Etheria, and I like making art and art-related content on my channel. I do try to post weekly videos, but if you would like more timely updates, you can always check out my other social media linked in the description and also at the end of the video. My Instagram is now linked properly, sorry. Until next time, I wish you guys a nice rest of your day and week and month. Happy February. Take care.